shattered blood. I never thought betrayal could wear the face of someone I trusted more than myself. But that's the cruel joke life plays, isn't it? The knife never comes from a stranger. It comes from the hands you thought would hold you up when the world tried to break you. I'll start from the beginning, though beginnings feel pointless now. What does it matter how we met, how I fell, how I trusted, when the ending is all that people remember? Still, I owe it to myself to spill it all, raw and unfiltered. Maybe if I pour it out, word by word, I'll finally stop choking on the silence they left behind. The beginning of us. It was late summer when I first met her, the girl who would turn my world inside out. She wasn't extraordinary at first glance. Pretty, yes, but not in the obvious glossy magazine way. She had this understated beauty, like sunlight caught in messy hair, like laughter spilling out in the middle of a grocery store aisle. I was 24, still rough around the edges, working too many shifts and sleeping too little. She was a friend of a friend, showing up at one of those half-assed backyard parties where the beer's warm and the music's too loud. I remember she was wearing ripped jeans and sneakers, not the kind of outfit that screams for attention, yet somehow my eyes wouldn't leave her. Her laugh hooked me, loud, carefree, like she didn't care if anyone judged her. And maybe that's what I wanted most back then, to stop caring. We started talking. It was easy, natural, like two rivers finally realizing they were always meant to run side by side. She asked me about my life, not in the polite way people do, but like she actually wanted to know the ugly parts too. By the end of the night, I knew I'd never be the same. Fast forward a month and she was mine. Or at least I thought she was. To understand the depth of this wound, you have to understand him, Ethan, my brother, my blood, the one person I swore would always have my back. We weren't just brothers, we were best friends. Growing up, it was us against the world. When Mom left, when Dad drowned himself in work and silence, it was Ethan who kept me from falling apart. He was older by 2 years, stronger, faster, better in so many ways, but he never made me feel less. He pushed me, encouraged me, defended me when kids tried to mess with me. He was the person I admired most, the guy who seemed untouchable, the one who could make anyone laugh, who lit up every room. If I was a shadow, he was the fire. And I didn't mind. I trusted him more than I trusted myself. So when he met her, I didn't think much of it. Of course, my girlfriend and my brother would meet. Of course, they'd get along. That's what family does, right? We blend, we mesh, we become each other's circles. And at first, that's all it was. Looking back, I should have noticed. I should have seen the flickers, the little sparks flying where they shouldn't. But when you love someone, you don't look for betrayal. You look for reasons to trust. It started small. The way she laughed at his jokes longer than mine. The way his eyes lingered a second too long when she walked into a room. The inside jokes they formed, jokes I wasn't part of. I brushed it off. Told myself I was paranoid. That's what love does. It convinces you that your gut is lying. But there were nights she'd get texts and smile without showing me. There were moments I'd walk in, and they'd both go quiet, like I'd interrupted something invisible. I told myself I was imagining it, that the two people I loved most would never, could never, hurt me like that. God, how wrong I was. It was a Thursday night. I remember because I'd stayed late at work, trying to cover extra hours. My phone had died, and by the time I got home, it was past midnight. The apartment lights were on, which was strange, because she usually went to bed early. I walked in, quiet, not wanting to wake her. But the noises I heard weren't the kind that belonged to sleep. They were sharp, breathless sounds. Familiar sounds. Sounds I'd memorized from nights tangled in sheets and whispered promises. I froze. For a second, my brain refused to process it. Denial is a powerful drug. But then I heard his voice. Ethan, my brother. I don't remember walking to the bedroom door. I don't remember pushing it open. But I do remember what I saw. Her, my girlfriend, the woman I thought I'd spend forever with, wrapped around him like I never existed, his hands on her skin, their mouths pressed together. My world burning down in one snapshot. They didn't even notice me at first, too lost in each other. And when they did, when her eyes went wide, when his face went pale, I didn't feel anger. Not right away. I felt nothing. Absolute nothingness. Like my soul had been ripped clean out of me. Then the rage hit. I don't even remember the words that came out of my mouth. Shouts, curses, something between heartbreak and hysteria. Ethan tried to explain, tried to say it wasn't what it looked like. But what the hell else could it have been? She cried. She begged, said it was a mistake, said she loved me. But love doesn't crawl into your brother's bed. Love doesn't look me in the eye one day and rip me apart the next. The days after are a blur. I left. I couldn't stay in that apartment. I couldn't breathe the same air as them. I stayed with a friend, drank until the bottles were empty, screamed into the night until my voice gave out. Ethan tried calling, texting, begging to meet. I blocked him. She showed up at my job once, mascara running, saying she made the worst mistake of her life. But mistakes don't last months. Mistakes don't carry laughter and inside jokes and secret glances. That wasn't a mistake. That was a choice. And the worst part? I kept replaying it in my head. Every kiss we ever shared, every time she said, "I love you," every time Ethan clapped me on the back and called me brother. All of it, poisoned. All of it, lies. I didn't just lose her. I lost him. I lost the two people who meant the most to me, and they lost me without blinking. It's been months now, and the wound is still raw. People tell me time heals everything, but time hasn't healed shit. It's just made me numb in new ways. Sometimes I wonder what they're doing, if they're still together, if they laugh about me, about how naive I was. Sometimes I dream about confronting them, tearing into them until they bleed the way I bled. But mostly, I sit with the silence. Here's the truth no one wants to admit. Betrayal doesn't just break your heart. It rewrites you. I'm not the same man I was before that night. I don't trust the way I used to. I don't believe in forever the way I used to. But I'm still standing, and maybe that's enough. Because in the end, they didn't just betray me. They freed me. From illusions, from blind faith, from the belief that blood and love are unbreakable. Now I know the truth. Sometimes the people closest to you are the ones holding the sharpest knives, and I'll never forget how it felt when they plunged them in.